Good evening and welcome to State of Business on Art Television. I am Nadun Sirivardhana. Let's have a look at the headlines. Government announces a resurgence in the export agriculture sector. Ceylon Chamber hosts a high-level delegation from its Thai counterpart. News in detail. The Embassy and Permanent Mission of Sri Lanka in Bangkok facilitated the visit of a 7-member delegation led by the chairman of the Thai Chamber of Commerce and the Thailand Board of Trade, Sanan Angulborkul. The delegation from Thailand participated in the International Industry Expo 2024 and the DigiCon Global Investment Summit held in Sri Lanka last week. During their visit, the delegation paid a courtesy call on Industries Minister Dr. Ramesh Pathirana. They also held a meeting with Trade, Commerce and Food Security Secretary AMPMB Atapattu to discuss enhancing bilateral trade and investment between Thailand and Sri Lanka. The MOU between the Board of Trade of Thailand and the Ceylon Chamber of Commerce of Sri Lanka, originally signed in 1988, was renewed at the Ceylon Chamber of Commerce. Sanan Angulborkul said that the renewed MOU will pave the way for enhanced collaboration and economic growth. The Secretary to the Ministry of Agriculture and Plantation Industries, BLAJ Dharmakirti, highlighted a resurgence in the agriculture export sector during the first half of this year. Secretary Dharmakirti underscored this achievement during a press briefing held at the Presidential Media Center recently. It was revealed that tea exports increased from over $407 million in April 2023 to $450 million in April 2024. The officials further revealed that there was a considerable increase in coconut, rubber, cinnamon and pepper exports in 2024 compared to the previous year. The chairman of the Coconut Development Authority, Professor Roshan Pereira, said that the Kapruka Jayasura loan scheme has helped establish a coconut triangle in the northern province. Director of Export Agriculture, RKW Rankit Kumbura, said that initial steps have been taken to promote pure Sri Lankan cinnamon brand in China. He further revealed that the department has implemented development programs for 15 crops, providing technical knowledge and training to farmers. Speaking at the press conference, the chairman of Sri Lanka Tea Board, Niraj Dimel, said that the exports of Ceylon tea have successfully offset a substantial portion of the country's fuel bill owed to Iran, amounting to $60 million. Niraj Dimel highlighted that the settlement was achieved as exports of tea to Iran tripled during this period. From January to May 2024, tea exports to Iran totaled 4.98 million kilograms, a significant increase compared to 1.85 million kilograms exported during the same period in 2023. Since 2011, Sri Lanka has accumulated arrears of $251 million for fuel imports from Iran. To resolve the issue, an agreement was reached between Sri Lanka and Iran to settle outstanding debts through tea exports. Stay tuned, we will return after this commercial break. Welcome back. Buddhasasana, Religious and Cultural Affairs Minister Vidura Vikramanayake announced that many antiquities taken from Sri Lanka by the United Kingdom during the colonial period, including the statue of Tara, will be returned to the country. The minister made these remarks during a press conference held at the Presidential Media Center on Monday. The minister emphasized the importance of developing an education system that reflects the country's cultural values and instills pride among the citizens. Minister Vikramanayake stressed that the ministry is dedicated to shaping the citizens of Sri Lanka into individuals who are proud of their heritage and committed to the nation's well-being. The minister also addressed the recent appointments of over 1,000 individuals to local government institutions, dismissing claims that these appointments were an election tactic. He highlighted that efforts for these appointments have been ongoing for over 5 months. In addition to these efforts, the minister emphasized the need for unity and constructive engagement among the people of Sri Lanka to ensure the country's progress. State Minister of Education Arvind Kumar has emphasized the potential for significant development in the education sector through ongoing reforms. He detailed several initiatives including the recruitment of over 500 language teachers proficient in languages such as Korean, German, French, Hindi, Chinese and Japanese, targeting employment opportunities. The State Minister said this speaking at a briefing held at the Presidential Media Center recently. State Minister Kumar urged teachers to recognize the importance of their role in shaping the future generation of the country, emphasizing their crucial responsibility. The State Minister highlighted plans to elevate 19 national colleges of education into universities, aiming to produce qualified teachers within 4 years. The State Minister said that this expansion is expected to increase college enrollment from 5,000 to 7,000 students annually. Minister Kumar also addressed recent reports of teachers falling sick, urging all teachers to act conscientiously and emphasized that collecting money in schools is illegal. Additionally, Minister Kumar touched on the broader economic context, highlighting wage disputes among estate workers and noting the improvement in the country's economic situation. The chairperson of the Women's Policy Action Network, Dr. Roshan Pereira, said that the labor force participation of women in the country has been stagnant at 30% for several decades. Dr. Roshan Pereira points out that women tend to have more household commitments than men, which is preventing them from participating in the labor force as much as men.
The labor force participation of women in Sri Lanka has stagnated at around 30% for several decades. And when you dig deeper and you see why the lack of women in the labor force, one of the major issues that is raised is that, or one of the major barriers really, is that women they bear the larger or the burden in terms of household work and care work in terms of care of elderly, care of the young. Disproportionately, the burden falls on the women, and as a result, they end up having to opt out of the workforce. Whereas for men, if you look at why men, when they looked at why the reasons why men are out of the workforce, the main reason is really that they are engaged in studies, which is a very temporary thing because once they finish, then they enter the labor force. There were a lot of consultations in terms of changing the labor laws. Unfortunately, we have not really seen them really being brought out in any kind of meaningful change in the labor, the statutes. And unless we do these, unless we are really serious about getting these changes done, we are going to continue to have the same the status quo is going to prevail.
That's all our news for today. For this and more, subscribe to our channel on YouTube and follow us on Facebook. Take care and good night.